Insane passion.
Oh, would you believe it? A virtuoso strike from Dejan Kulusevski.
Same energy.
Here's Lucas Moura. Oh, they've done it! I cannot believe it!
Same love.
I want to win. I want to win the trophy, to bring success to the team, especially when you are captain and win the trophy.
Same team.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. It's who we're going to be till as long as I'm here.
Same old Spurs.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.
Get behind the boys and up the Spurs.
Good evening and welcome to the Same Old Spurs podcast with me, Majestic, alongside my co-host, my partner, sometimes, especially tomorrow because I'm going to the Netherlands, my lover.
Gazza.
Hey, guys, nice to see you.
Going Holland tomorrow,
I'm
me.
going to the Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
You know what we're looking for, didn't you?
Mickey.
Mickey Van de Van. Where's you from?
The Netherlands.
We're the Men in Black tonight, guys. Look.
We are, yeah. Here comes
The Men in Black. They make us look a little slender.
fantastic film, the first one. Don't know about the second.
Went downhill from there, the
Yeah, it did,
franchise. Right, so it's Monday evening here at the SOS HQ. Gaz and Madge reflecting after a defeat. You were there with your dad. I was there with my son. It's like, it's a rainy day out there, wasn't it? Why is it always
It's absolutely
raining on me?
It was a disaster travel-wise, wasn't it?
Travel-wise, disaster.
Terrible.
I managed, imagine this year, I managed to get hooked up by my friend, Nick, who's given us the box before. What a lovely guy Nick is.
Lovely, yeah. What a box as well.
Right.
By class.
He gave me his car park space underneath the stadium.
Oh, that's a link.
Closes an hour beforehand. The traffic to get there on a Sunday with no... So we managed, me and the stat man, we parked literally down Park Lane, right, literally to where you can't get any further down. And I said, mate, I'll take the hit. I'll get the ticket, right? No ticket came. Get it, Devay!
That's high class, mate.
That was the only good thing
I've got
about
loads
yesterday.
of time for that, mate. Because on the other hand, you know what me and my old man did? We had a little bit of we got ourselves into a right little pickle because before I was saying, look, it's going to be a struggle getting down there. Get the bus, you do what you want to do. Ended up driving there, trying to thought we'll find a little spot. Nah, no chance. Permit everywhere, mate. Ended up paying £30 for someone's drive and still walking 25 minutes.
It's poor.
Bumped.
Transport for London, whoever is involved in all that nonsense, absolute
Terrible.
stupid from you. So yeah, went 1-0 up early doors. Of course, finished Aston Villa 2-1 in their favour.
Big blow a little bit. Let's take it one step forward, Matt. Earlier, if you want Romero out.
Yeah, do we
What
know
did you think about that? Because I saw you in the stand, didn't we? Not too far away.
Do we know any more about that?
Abdominal injury or something, I think.
Okay, do you think hopefully it's precautionary?
I think Tottenham can't take no risks with him. He's been that good. Him and Van der Ven partnership is blossoming so much.
Yeah.
But fair play to the boy Danzo. Because you're asking people to come in and do a little bit. I thought he was good, mate. He didn't let anyone down.
Well, that's it. It's right. If we have to sum up the game, and it's always better 24 hours afterwards when you've come home and a bit of time to assess and have a look around and see what's going on. Liverpool, of course, losing to Manchester United. And just having a look at things and going, okay, what was that like? What was that about? What went wrong? First and foremost, the maddest thing is we've lost 2-1 and I can't really fault the defence.
Nah. I don't think Tottenham have got a problem at the back in midfield, Madge. You made a great shout after it. It's like, isn't it a shame in football where you can improve in some areas and you lose out in other areas? It's like you lose Harry Kane and Son. You know what I mean?
How do you replace? You
just can't. But you look at Van der Ven, mate. He seems to be getting better and better each game. I think you got fullbacks now. Jed Spence, who's gone from a player surplus to requirements to now starting for England. So we're making moves there. I haven't got a problem with the back line match and in midfield at all.
Yeah, and that's the strangest thing about the whole game. And, the one thing the Premier League will teach you, if you do not take your chances, if you do not possess the quality to take those chances, you will be punished. This is the most punishing league in the world. This is a league where, you can get beaten by any team on any given day. And let's have it right, Aston Villa, full of confidence, winning. This was their 5th win in a row in all competitions. It was never going to be an easy game, but we started off well. And ironically, the assist was from Paulinho, the goal from Bentancur, but I don't think those two together at home work.
Do you know what? It's a great shout. That Will sent me a piece on that earlier. That's doing the rounds. I don't think that was the reason why Spurs didn't win yesterday.
Okay.
And that's my opinion. It's as simple as that. I think that, you're looking at people. Do you want to get into what I think was the reason why we didn't win yesterday?
go for it,
'Cause I think
absolutely.
I just think it's really, really easy. Tottenham have got players at the top end of the pitch who are not good enough. I've been saying on it here for a while about Tell, about Odegaard, Brennan Johnson, Richarlison, Mwani. Come on, did he have enough time to show us what he's about? Probably not. But there's a question mark about him. And that's a real lack of ability, a real lack of quality there. And Spurs in that game manoeuvred the ball into good positions, especially on that wide left at times. And the end product was just not there, Madge. There's no killers in the team at the moment, and that is a massive, massive problem moving forward. The one that we're laying our hat on and we're putting a lot of hope and hoping he's going to do it for us is the boy from
The Netherlands?
the Netherlands, Xavi Simons. Again, didn't do enough for me yesterday in that game yesterday. Now, you can put that down to formation. Is he receiving enough of the ball? Is he picking the ball up in the right little pockets to do a little bit for you? I'm looking for him to conjure up more moments, mate, that lead to a few more shots, maybe a goal. I've seen nothing. He had a good cameo against Brighton, but I've been disappointed. But I'm not writing him off yet.
Yeah, I think that's the key point there. I think we really do lack the overlap. Now, as good as Spence is defensively, 1-versus-1, for some reason, unlike a doggy who does get into overlapping positions, Spence hesitates there.
Yeah.
And I think Odegaard actually got into some really good positions yesterday and looked a bit more confident with the ball.
It's the end product match.
Yeah,
It really is.
well, it's here you go. Look, this is the night and day. You had Odegaard who got that ball played out wide, didn't he? A really good sort of left to right ball comes over from Porro. Great ball from Porro.
I thought Porro was good yesterday.
Yeah,
he really was.
a great ball from Porro. He receives it. He drives, cuts inside. There's the shot. Weak as hell. Martinez collects. Whereas we look on the other side of Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They pick up the ball edge of the box as Rodgers opens up.
Levels there.
And that's the difference. And I think
What I will say is about Xavi Simons is that what you need in football and what Tottenham have had in abundance over the last few years, especially with Son and Kane, but you can go prior to that with Dele Alli and Ericsson and all that mob, is chemistry. Xavi Simons, the players he's got around him option-wise, bar Kudus, it's no good, is it, mate? It's no good. And the thing is, right, if you've been in the camp, in my opinion, so far this season, of saying that you need to give players time, I don't want to hear them people with an opinion negatively that they're upset about yesterday's loss. You can't have, you know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. You can't say to people, I want to give Odegaard time. You've got to give Tell time. You've got to give these boys time. And then at the same time, be disappointed when you get beat. That's my opinion. You've got to be a little bit consistent there. For me, I don't think you get time. I think we've been consistent so far in this podcast in repeating that week after week, podcast after podcast. You made a great shout to me about some of the players who are misfiring so far this season. Yeah, coming from other leagues,
Florian
finding
Wirtz.
it difficult, Madge.
Florian
Finding
Wirtz,
it
Sesko, Gyökeres, these players who have come on big price tags. I tell you who scored yesterday, though, Mbeumo, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because as a boy who knows how to play in the Premier League, I'll tell you who our best two players have been who we brought in have been Pelini and Kudus. Even yesterday, I felt it was difficult for Kudus. Still looked miles better than a lot of other players.
Yeah, of course, man. I've seen him getting like a little bit of a bad rap today, and I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to have a pop at him.
Oh, I saw, and I'm going to call it out because it is our friends at Tottenham. We are Tottenham TV, right? And good pals of ours. Luckily, it wasn't either of the boys. It wasn't the brothers. It was some lad, right? Who literally said, Odegaard showed Kudus how to play yesterday.
I saw that
Did you
piece
see
online.
that?
Terrible.
I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, pal. Yeah, you're probably a lovely guy. Yeah, I'm sure if we went for Nando's, I'd buy you maybe like a chicken wrap. Halloumi?
With mayo?
Yeah, there'd be some mayo.
With mayo in there.
There'd be some mayo.
Plain?
In there. Plain? No.
Plain.
No. Oh yeah, plain. There's definitely no flavour. There's no sauce.
Yeah, it's
or
a plain
flavour.
Jane.
No spice. There's definitely no spice on his chicken. And he's definitely going for like, I'd go for the broccoli, please. Right. Yeah, I'm sure he's a lovely lad. I'm going to put him in the Benny Davies filing cabinet. I'm in my Benny Davies filing cabinet of lovely lads.
Yeah.
Like, open it up. Hey, Marge, Nana. Hello, Benny. How are you? I'm going to throw this lad in there as well. Because anyone who says that Odegaard yesterday showed Kudus how it's done, What were you watching? All I saw was a young...
Showed promise when he was when he's in the movement. So you know when the ball gets pinged out to him and he starts to travel with the ball. Then the space closes up and you got to deliver then. You got to deliver, whether it be a shift, little step over, little turn. Can you get a cross in? Can you get a shot away? Flatter to deceive every single time.
Yeah. And
that is a problem.
And you know what as well is to... Remember High Bay?
Yeah.
Brian Hill, who I think had a lot of promise on the ball. Like literally when he's had the ball to his feet, look good. The lightweight nature of these people, Odegaard, Tell got brushed off the ball a couple of times, and I thought that's why we're missing a Solanke.
I had a look at it yesterday, and I was fuming at Tottenham at times for not playing long. I can see why. If you ping a ball up long, he ain't going to win it for you. He ain't going to win a ball for you against Konza and that lobber, like, you know what I mean, centre halves. That's easy pickings for them. Because I was fuming at times yesterday because Vicario is so incapable of playing out from the back. But I understand when you haven't got the options up the top end who can do a physical job for you, you're going to probably roll the dice and play out from the back. That comes with a lot of risk, by the way. But I get it. I really do. Where's the physical aspect up front for Tottenham yesterday if you go long?
Yeah.
Who's the boy up front who's going to win it for you?
Do you know what? There's been a lot of talk, and I already see some talk on the chat room because, of course, if you are listening to the podcast, we are live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Same Old Spurs, about, you know, the Odegaard situation, that left-hand side. If this Mwani fella's now fit, he's had the longest dead leg in history. He clearly got dead-legged and granddaded in the St. Ignatius playground in 99. Because I said, we've said before, some of those dead legs were furious. And I think he's had one of those.
Would you play him left? I'd go him through the middle, by the way.
No. I'd put Richie on the left. I'd have Richie left, Mwani in central, and Kudus on right. That's a lot more physical.
I just, you know, Richarlison, everything about him looks wrong. Like, you know, when you talk about naturally gifted footballers, he's the complete opposite. He can't run properly, can't trap a ball properly, can't beat a player, can't shoot. Like, everything's wrong. And for me, with his attributes, for him to go and play on the left, I can understand why you might do it from the physical, point, for the aspects, but I just think he's miles off. Do you know what, Matt? I think we've said it on this podcast. We know the areas. Spurs, the hierarchy at Tottenham will know the areas that need addressing. It's not rocket science, but unfortunately, we're lumbered with what we've got. And you're going to have
especially with these injuries.
You're going to have to get through to January. And you're going to have to get that to see it. And in a tough window, it's going to be for Spurs to try and bring players in. And you got to hope that when players come back, i.e. Solanke, Kulusevski, they can hit the ground running for you. Tottenham Hotspur, you look at our goals where they come from last year, Madge, whether it be goal contributions, via goal assist, whatever it is. Son, left. Kulusevski, out injured. Maddison, out injured. Solanke, not playing. So many goals, so many assists, not in the team.
Yeah. Well, this is it. We've literally
man.
removed our goal threats from last season. And the other one is Brendan Johnson isn't playing.
Yeah. But again, you look at him, the confidence he comes on. Good opportunity for a nick one at the end there, wasn't it? Half a chance. He hits the corner flag, I think, the ball. You know what I mean? He's a player shot shy of any confidence, finds himself out of the Wales team now, which is a massive problem if you're not starting for Wales. Yeah, but I have to remain a little bit hopeful that when players come back, i.e. Kulusevski and Solanke, I think it will. You'll see a slightly different Spurs going forward. Yeah, and you got to rely on the boy like Xavi. Like we're relying on him. This is what's difficult for him more than others, in my opinion, as opposed to say Odegaard, who's come in £30 million price tag. Tell both 19-year-old lads. You got a boy here in Xavi Simons who's sort of a starlet, isn't he? Done the rounds, PSG, glamorous, good-looking boy. You know, looks the part, got it. You know, plays for Holland, scores against England in the last competition, and you're hoping and praying, and Spurs are going to be relying on him to do it with immediate effect. But the best thing in football is you've got another opportunity. What a nice little game to play on Wednesday, Monaco. Yeah,
big time. Well, just as you mentioned there, which I think a lot of us don't take into account really, is Brendan Johnson, Dom Solanke, James Maddison, Son Heung-min, and Dejan Kulusevski. Now, okay, Brennan's there, but he's rarely played. Let's just look at those numbers, yeah? What's that? 10, 20, 34, 40, I think it's 43. 43 goals in the Premier League were scored by those five, right? And they are out of our starting lineup. So that's a big problem. That's a big, big problem.
Do you know what's a massive thing for me as well? I'm his biggest fan. and I know that we've like been on here, and you can talk about application.
Ryland.
You could talk about
Ryland?
James Maddison, mate. Like, I'm not being funny. He's a massive miss for us. I know that Xavi's come in and he plays in a similar role, but James Maddison didn't really have a good season for me last year. Got 9 goals in the Premier League, 7 assists. 16 goal contributions in the Premier League and didn't have a good season.
No.
In and out the team under Ange. Sub, pulled off. Just capable of making things happen. He's a way off, but it's nice to know that he will be back within about 4 or 5 months. It isn't like he's left the club. So, yeah, we just have to see.
Yeah, it's such a strange defeat because it's just, you look at it, 2 bits of quality, but that does bring us back to the question, because when the first goal goes in, I get a message from Troy Deeney. Because, of course, me and Troy were talking about...
sent it to me in the ground.
Me and Troy Deeney were talking about Vicario when we was on air the other week, and I've had lots of question marks over Vicario. A few clips that went viral from Talk Sport of me talking about Spurs is not so number one. Now, you go watch the first goal back. He's in the worst position for a keeper.
Poor.
The position is terrible.
I'll take nothing away from the strike.
Oh, it's pretty.
That's a bit of you, that, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll bet you had time for that. Like that. For me, you got to give a lot of credit for the strike there, but the goalkeeper's set up all wrong. He's set up all wrong, and he's trying to make an attempt to shuffle over a couple of yards. Ball goes immediately down over his head, bang in the back of the net.
Yeah, I'm
got
just
the
gonna,
reel away.
Well,
it's no good, mate. It's no good.
I'm just going to play it now back to Gaz, and if you look at the positioning, that positioning, one, he's off his line.
Yeah,
he's not central to his goal.
He's too far over, Madge. He needs to be a couple of steps to his right-hand side for me.
Yeah.
Deals with that comfortably.
Yeah. I just
does.
I just don't understand, for example, like, he's in no man's land there.
He is.
Like,
You're giving Shine a lot of space, like, a lot of room for the guy to pick a corner out there, and he didn't even need to pick a corner out because of his positioning. He went more central; it still went in. But I'll take nothing away from the strike for that, because if we score a goal like that, we're saying that's a brilliant goal.
It's great. I'm just looking at how that's all laid out here in front of us now, and you're looking at it. You got, I think, Xavi Simons and Tell just watching Rodgers.
Bit of luck in the approach to that, by the way. It cannoned off. It was almost like it pinballed off Xavi's foot. If it found his way back to there,
it did.
It's almost like it was a bit of luck in the little approach there, but take nothing away from the strike.
But that's the difference in games like that. You got to take your chances. Yeah, you just look at where
he's set all wrong. He needs to be 1 or 2 steps to the right. He deals with that if he is.
And if he's on his line, he deals with it.
Yeah.
So then it brings you on to Villa's second goal, which was absolutely fantastic. You got to admit, right? But again,
do you know what annoyed me in that? Do you know we had 2 subs on the sideline waiting to come on for so long, Madge? Now, I'm not being funny. I don't care what anyone says. If you're a player on the pitch and you're looking over at the touchline, you're disrupted at that point. Am I coming off? Is it me that's going to be coming off? Yeah. So you're a little bit disrupted. Your head probably goes a little bit, and you look at the approach to the goal there. I think he finds it. I think it's a bit too easy for the fella there. Again, take nothing away from the strike and the finish, but I think that's too easy around your box. But you look at the pass though from Matty Cash there, and the touch from John McGinn is high class from them, to be fair. But I still think that it was a little bit too easy for Buendia around the box. Yeah. Great little touch there though from John McGinn, the way he pulls it down. I think it's McGinn.
No, it wasn't McGinn. It was what's his name? Oh, I forget his name.
Too easy for me. Jed Spence, can you get a bit closer out? Front Ryan's up in the back of the net. And I don't care. You know, if you're an Aston Villa fan, who was it with the touch there? It's a great touch, whoever it was. Yeah, great touch. If you're a Villa fan watching that game yesterday, was it even Digne? Was it Digne?
It was
Digne, yeah? Great touch from him.
But again,
if you're a Villa fan there though, Madge, yesterday, and you're sitting there at home watching that game and you're with your mates, are you at any point going, we're going to win this game?
No, not at
all. I think all of them fans would have gone, you know what, I'll take a point here all day long.
100%. Now, again, we go back to Vicario, where he look at his positioning now. This is during the game. First and foremost, yeah, he's got the Van der Ven and Bentancur doing the arms behind their back thing, waiting because they know the shot's coming. So you could say, is his vision impaired, right? As a goalkeeper, you need to be shuffling at all times to know that you've got an eye on the shooter and the ball. He is so far over, and the worst thing is, right, no attempt to make a dive at all as well. I was speaking to Pardew about it yesterday, and he's like, mate, I can't stand goalkeepers that don't even attempt to dive. Like, it is, again, the position, how far over he is to one side.
Yeah.
Again, in
There'll
the
be
exact same position off of his line.
There'll be things that will be looked at in the analysts. Obviously, after the game, they'll be looking at that. And we had a couple of... I'll tell you what, though, even after we went down, we still had a little couple of moments, Madge.
Yeah.
You know, Odegaard, he had one... I think he parried off the goalkeeper a little shot. Mawani done one. We couldn't get his feet right, couldn't set it. Got ourselves into little areas, left-hand side especially, we could do a little bit. Porro slung a couple in. But we just lacked that real bit of quality at the end of the day. And you know what I mean? How hard is it to replace this guy?
You can't. He just keeps getting better every bloody game.
You know what I mean, Madge? It makes
you
it...
know he played in the 8 and the 10 yesterday and had Nicholas Jackson in front of
Yeah,
him.
Madge.
And still got a goal.
It makes it even more difficult for Spurs fans at the moment when you're seeing what this guy's doing and what we had with him in the team. Makes it difficult. Even Sonny. He ain't got... say what you want about the league out there in America, but he's gone out there, unlike other players do at the end, unlike some other players don't do at the end of their career. He's doing it for a match.
Well, can I ask you something? Would you take him back on loan?
Interesting. Shout that. There's never even come into my mind. But
Because
I look at Spurs.
MLS season finishes, and he's talking about maybe going AC Milan. It's a World Cup season. Those boys are going to want to play football. Would you take Son back home?
Yeah, get him and fly him, get him and join up on a plane with a boy Tony as well. Still desperate for a forward, Tottenham. Yeah. Still need a forward. It's a long season. It is a very long season. Heung-min Son, the question that you're going to obviously go with that is, we saw him at Spurs last year. There was no doubt, Madge, he was at the end. He was finding things more difficult than not in games. But I look at situations like and areas that we got into yesterday. Good positions wide left, and you only got to look at the goal that he got at the weekend, and it was a little one-on-one, little step over, bang.
But that's what I'm saying.
Capable.
Like, where Odegaard picks up that ball yesterday and cuts inside, if Sonny's shooting, he's scoring. Like last season, remember, we finished 17th. We were in a mess. We had no back line, no Romero, no Van der Ven. We had the whole defence and the keeper at one point. Son and everyone's performances will be affected by that. I think Sonny in a Thomas Frank team, especially now on the other side, you've got Kudus who's in the threat. So it's not all doubling up on Son. Because if they double up on Son, then you've got Kudus over there. And that's what happened a lot with Son. He got doubled up on. So
I'd like, if I had to pick two players that I think Tottenham, or I'd like to get Lookman on the left. I think he's a natural left-sided player, and I think he'll improve you immediately. And I would like to get Ivan Toney. Again, we keep saying about the board, the hierarchy. You've only got to see the new people, the new faces. Paratici, welcome back. Yeah, come back in. You're seeing all the socials, new team. Venai has been talking as well. We've been consistent on this show since the announcement was made and when Daniel Levy thing. As a fan, from my point of view, the only way that you're going to see how serious these guys are is going to be in Windows match. Tough window or not in January, let's see what we're about.
The thing is as well, depending where we are by that point of the season, say if you're around 5, 6, 7, you go all out, you get Champions League football again, and there's another season in the Champions League. And I think that would be very, very important for Spurs. Just to wrap up the rest of the game, like I said, the Bentancur Palhinha one, you touched on it quickly. Xavi Simons has flattered deceived so far.
What's your thoughts on him, Madge? Because I like with it at the moment. Look, what we only played. How many games he played? 7 or 8.
Yeah. The problem is with him. It's as simple as this. Especially when you're playing at home with Bentancur, right, and Palhinha, and I know what you're saying earlier on. You've got really valid points, and can't blame the defeat on them two playing. But what you can say is the lack of legs from Sarr or a Bergvall, which then opens up space. What we saw yesterday is what we saw a lot under Ange, compressed areas of the field where you're asking Odegaard or someone to take on two players, get past them and do something amazing. Whereas if you've got a Sarr or a Bergvall, someone who can travel with the ball, all of a sudden, when you're driving forward, you're taking the player with you.
I agree.
We're not opening up.
I do agree about that side of the game, but also what I do think is that when you earmark talent, and you pay a lot of money for talent. And I know it comes with no guarantees. We've already touched on some of the names this year.
Mate, 115 million Florian Wirtz.
I agree, yeah. But I looked at Xavi sometimes yesterday when he got the ball around the edge of the box and he can't get his shot away.
No, he's trying to. And again, he's sort of, because there were so many Villa bodies. Vida did a professional job yesterday and had a bit of quality to just out of nowhere. In actual fact, very reminiscent of Spurs' Conte Spurs. Soak up pressure all the game. We won't have the ball.
I think Tottenham. We managed to give that game away. Like it weren't like an Ange performance where they was opening us up, carving us up, having loads of opportunities.
This is the issue. If you do not take your chances in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Then you will be punished. A bit like what Scott Parker said about at the start of the season when Burnley had a bit of the game against us, and they did. Their chances didn't take them. They got punished, and we battered them in the end, right?
Well, you look at Ange Postecoglou out of a job. Obviously,
so we are, mate.
I tell you what, Forest had half of opportunity to score at the weekend against Chelsea. Had loads of opportunities to score, didn't take them. Ended up getting pummeled 3-0, and he finds himself out of a job. But
£8 million richer.
The one thing with Tottenham is that, and in football, do you know what I said? We stressed again. Do you know what I said? I was happy with the international break. The reason why I said that is because how I felt last night and how Spurs fans felt in the rain, walking home, can't get home, stressed out. That's why enjoy the moments when you win against Leeds, save you at the moments, because our club, you don't know what's coming next.
But also, I do think we
mate.
need to stop the knee-jerk reaction to everything.
Of course.
I think Thomas Frank is the right man.
Of course.
I do think he's humble enough to look at the situation with Spurs at home with Palhinha and Bentancur and go, maybe I should not do that all the time.
I thought, Palhinha in the first half especially, man, I sent you a message.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Come on, man. The interceptions that he makes. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know you're looking for reasons, and you're looking you're looking to analyse it, and you're looking to go, can we improve there? Can we do better there? But it's just simple. You need better players at the top end.
Yeah,
you need better players at the top end, mate. And once you improve and you get better players in, and players come back from injuries, I have no doubt Tottenham will get better results.
The other thing we need to remember,
and you're talking of better results, we're 6th in the league, aren't we?
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Like, it ain't that.
We've lost less games than Liverpool, who spent 400 million.
The people having a go at the manager, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. Like, the people having a go at the manager are probably people that still think Ange Postecoglou should be in charge of us as well.
Well, this is it.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. What other managers are out there that's going to make Tottenham think? We've had a debate on this podcast so many times. Is it the manager? Is it the players? Is it the manager? Is it the players? Is it the manager? The players? It's quite clear for me. At this moment, we're in certain positions, in key areas, we haven't got enough quality. Needs addressing.
And the thing is as well, like you think about buying more, the injury situation is not very helpful at all.
Problem at centre half at the moment, isn't there? Because if Romero ain't playing, like even I know we're out with from an attacking point of view. Ben Davies not around, like you know what I mean. Van der Ven's played 2 games for Holland, back to back in the week, 2 90-minute games. Played at left back, by the way. Played at the weekend. You know what I mean. He's going to be thrown out there on Wednesday. He's someone with his injury record that you've got to try and look after and protect. You know what I mean? Because Madge, if he goes out of the team, then we have got a problem.
Yeah, no, you are right. Just looking at, if you remember rightly, Pochettino's first season, right?
Yeah.
You had that 1-0 win against West Ham in the first game of the season. I think Eric Dyer scored, didn't he? Then we beat QPR at home 4-0. Then we lost at home 3-0 to Liverpool. Drew away with Sunderland. Lost at home to West Brom. Drew 1-1 with Arsenal. Beat Southampton 1-0. Then we lost 4-1 to Man City. And then we lost 2-1 at home to Newcastle. It was that game against Villa, if you remember rightly, the Harry Kane deflected free kick. Where we won
Set him on his way, didn't it, that one?
It did really change his fortunes. There were still losses and stuff throughout the season. But after that game, so Spursy, we then went on to lose to Stoke City the next week. But what I'm saying is, these things take time, right? And it's like we need to just allow a bit of time. The problem that we have at the moment, and this is going to be a good conversation, guys, actually, and we can cut this up and put this on socials, is what is wrong with the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I know, it's a problem.
Now, a lot of people are talking about this, and we didn't even really get around to talking about it. I couldn't talk about it today on Inside Spurs because we had Paul Coyte on, and he can't obviously say anything bad about
what a man
Spurs.
he is.
Top man, right?
Top man.
We didn't talk about it until Sport yesterday, so I thought I'm going to save it for Same Old Spurs. Here's some unique content for me and you guys. The Spurs Stadium, right? It was so flat yesterday.
Yeah.
It was...
you know what? It's flat when we go in front as well. That's when you should be bouncing.
So is it the fact that we've only won 3 out of 18 games at home and that people are flat and they're annoyed, etc.? Or have we lost 15 games at home because it's flat? Which one is it?
Do you know what? It's difficult because I've seen that one doing the rounds today with the Tottenham. I mean, defeats we've lost at home, but we do have to take into account that was under a different manager. Like, I know it's a fact and it is a stat, yeah, but we have changed managers since then. Like, do you know what I mean? But I just think at Spurs, and we've had this chat ourselves because we're all Spurs fans in here, yeah. Sometimes I think you got to look at yourself. You got to look within when you're in the ground. Are you joining in song?
No.
Just look there. It's a simple thing. When you go to Spurs, are you doing your bit to help out and enhance the atmosphere in the crowd? I.e., are you joining in songs? If you're not, then don't be too disappointed because you're not doing your bit. It's like when there's a vote for a new Prime Minister. You gonna vote it? Then don't have the ump then if you don't get the outcome that you want. Because if you want an atmosphere to improve in a stadium, you've got to join in.
But then
really have match.
But then equally, you ask yourself, like when you're watching the game and you're just back and forth, sideways Cyrils, what are you giving me to get off my seat and get excited about? When we scored that first goal early on, great goal, great header from Polina, good finish by Bentancur. I was up my seat, had Neo in the air, throwing him around, like how it should be, right? Because that's what it gives you. Then we just settled into this dull mode of just holding on to the ball. And it's like...
I think I got thrilled by it when I've been going over Tottenham, especially over the last few years. I'm thrilled when when we always talk about Aaron Lennon when he got you off your seat, blah 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 blah, blah like that type of player. Mm-hmm. We had them. I still think even with Son last year, Harry Kane before that. As I said, we've mentioned Ericsson, Ali, all them boys before that. Is there too many of them in the team at the minute who get you off your seat? I don't see them.
But that's why I think we're relying so heavily on Kudus to do that.
Yeah, but again, that's a difficult one for him. There's a lot of pressure on him. I think he started tremendously, but there ain't too many players there at the moment to get you off your seat.
But, okay, I'm going to... Ready for Match Goes Deep?
Go on, yeah.
This is no different to my world, with the DJing world.
Yeah.
Crowds are rubbish now.
Oh, really?
Mate,
generational thing, is it?
Post-COVID, so many people's energy has been sucked out of them. Like, people are just... They're there. They're there, but they're not there, if that makes sense. They're not present. They're not lapping it up. It's, that excitement of going over the Spurs. I said it before as well. Is there too much football? Mate, it's Monday night at 8:10. We're here talking about the football that we saw yesterday.
Got a game in 2 days' time.
Yeah. Are we oversaturating, right? Are we oversaturating something that was so special once?
Great shout.
Like, for example, remember when the FA Cup came around? Final day, everyone watched it. You had the songs, you had it from 9 o'clock in the morning on the BBC. Now, everywhere you look now, there's football. I can watch football from any level, all the time, 24/7. And then there's people like us here as well. To talk about it.
Yeah, but man, you know what as well? Bigger stadiums, I know they should enhance the atmosphere. I actually think they make it a problem. You look at White Hart Lane that we had, that bounce between the Shelf and the Park Lane.
Oh, yeah.
The bounce between the two. It was literally a stone's throw away, wasn't it? Between the Shelf and the Park Lane.
I could have
bouncing, the drum bomb. Where the Park Lane, where the Park... It's not there. You look at West Ham, they're moaning, gone to Olympic Stadium, looking to kick on, looking to grow as a club, yeah? Worldwide, globally, whatever it might be, losing that bit that they gave you over there.
They're only renters.
Did you see the fella as well that had Simon Jordan? He had the big thing with the West Ham lad.
That was brilliant.
Come on, you want a new stadium there, like 3 minutes.
You don't go toe to toe with Simon Jordan. I just think
you lose something with the old school grounds. They're replaced by these modern grounds, and you do lose something. But I do think all it takes is for a gem to be unearthed, i.e., someone like Xavi Simons, because he's more than capable, got the profile, and you can just turn around again, mate.
Well, football in general is becoming so methodical that we've lost the spark, yeah? And like you even said it, because you come and watched my son play football at the weekend, didn't you?
That was a real eye-opener for me.
Mate, I asked Pards this. I was like, where's the passing gone? Where's the look up to ping a ball to someone?
Unbelievable. I could not believe it. I went
playing around with the ball at the back all the time and all this. Went
with my dad first time in, my dad's gone to a children's game, and I was saying 25 years, he said. For me, years. I couldn't believe it what I saw. You got goalkeeper. By the way, nothing about the coaches. You and the coaches. It is what it is now. That's football as it is today. But you got goalkeepers there playing out from the back. They can't do it. The young kid. You got defenders who are playing out from the back. all leading to goals. Goal, because not capable. What happens then? You get kids crying.
Yeah.
How can that be development for kids? Because when I used to play football when I was a youngster, if I made a mistake, I used to go home and cry the whole weekend.
It's true.
The goalkeeper's walked off the pitch at the weekend. Imagine your game. Because he's making errors. Why is it so difficult? Why have we gone away from having the biggest kicker of a football
That was me.
get the ball out the pitch? The biggest boy with the biggest calves, the fattest calves, i.e. me, when I used to play as well, the chunkiest lad, who's probably got the biggest kick, get it out the pitch. Play from there. Don't mean you can't defend, can't attack, and can't play good football, but playing out from the back as kids, mate, it's
Do you know what? Lots of great comments coming through on the YouTube as well. Is now, especially, when did we say goodbye to White Hart Lane? 2018 or 19? 2019? No, maybe 2018. Yeah. I think 2017-18 was the last season. Really?
Bounce over there, mate. 36,000 seated that was. 36,000. Tottenham 62 now. 36,000. 62 now, mate.
Do you remember our night in the Paxton and the old Carls of Slatton?
Yeah.
But see that moment there. You go back. That's almost 10 years ago. Yeah. There weren't no TikTok then. There wasn't no people doing vlogs in the stadium. All of that contributes to a lack of atmosphere, right? So, too many people are on their phone. I do it all the time. We're messaging each other. We're not in the game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what goes back to my point. Are you doing your bit in the stadium? Because what we do is, I'm capable of doing, the atmosphere is rubbish today. Then I think back and I go, did I join in a song today? Probably not.
No, I look like I'm too cool to sing. I look like Gary Neville.
Do that all around the ground.
I do have a little bit sometimes.
We do. We have a little bounce, you have a little go, but do that all around the ground all game, that becomes an issue.
Yeah, I think there's so many things.
So many layers to what makes a good atmosphere in the ground, mate.
I tell you what.
How about the old drum that we used to get going down there?
He was good, wasn't he?
Where's the drum?
You know what?
Where's the drum?
A big up the Spurs trumpeter, yeah? But even that feels a bit contrived. That feels like it's very corporate. It does feel like it's been organised by the inside of Spurs going, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to sing I Win the Spurs on the trumpet exactly at 3 minutes before kicking.
I know.
I prefer the old doom, 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 doom.
Used to be, and if you was in the ground at the lower tier, you used to do it yourself.
Yeah,
you get it fired up yourself. Get it going around.
Do you know what, Justin? And I'm gonna put this online. Clip this up, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna take this. Sometimes in life, yeah,
Emilio's saying the drum's still about top left, but that's the problem when you have a ground that's double the size.
I tell you what though, right? Sometimes in life you've got to admit your faults, ain't you? Sometimes you've got to know what you are and you've got to know who you are. I am absolutely with Justin here, who says Spurs fans are so impatient. They don't give time and expect it straight away. Frank gets 3 seasons for him, right? I'm with him. The expectations of Spurs fans nowadays, I don't know why. I think it is born out of the fact that we've been berated with this no trophy thing for so long and we still haven't got out of that mentality. We got the trophy. Now it should be, right, let's build back. We got that off our back now. Shut up about we've got no history, no trophy. Here we go. And then it should be, let's get behind this new manager, this new team of young lads, and let's see how they get on. And I think that's what needs to happen. And I think what's happened is in the last 10 years, and it's mad to think that the 24-25 season that was last year has gone, that's 10 years from when Poch started. So much has changed. So it's like we just need to be getting behind these teams, not getting frustrated with it, and really, as Paul Coyte says, get behind the team.
Spurs. Do you know when you went to that game yesterday and the team was named? I didn't look at that team and go, yeah, we can. That's a shoe-in win today. I've seen them boys up the top enough. You're hoping that when you turn up to the ground, something's going to change. Yeah,
but it's not. Like, the fact of the matter is, Solanke, Maddison, and Kulusevski being out are huge.
It's big.
Jace on the comments has messaged. I said, could we be considered as a non-top 6 side now? Unfortunately, Jace, as much as the haters want to talk about us not being a top 6 side, it's like no. Top 6 sides works on so many different elements. I think some of it's to do with revenue, and of course, if you finish higher and you achieve more, you're going to earn more money anyway. But I just think for Spurs, never been relegated from the Premier League. I think we are the 6th most successful team in England of all time in terms of trophies. I'll double check that now.
Look at it from last year, Madge, when you answered with that question there. There's other teams in there. You look at Forest, they're in a relegation battle. That was in the mixer last year. They've fallen off. You look at Newcastle, lost at the weekend. Brighton, bit inconsistent this season. Another team.
And I think they've got a better team than us.
You look at Villa yesterday. I didn't look at that Villa side and go, wow, you're so much better than Tottenham Hotspur yesterday. I didn't look at that, even though they picked up the result. The point I'm trying to get to is Tottenham could end up in 6th. There is an opportunity for Spurs to finish in 6th position this year.
Yeah, but back to that comment of whether or not we are a top 6 club. Like I said, the fact is, we are the 6th most decorated team with 28 trophies, which is about 8 trophies behind Man City and Chelsea. But 3 trophies behind us is Aston Villa and 4 is Everton.
One of only 5 or 6 not to drop out the Prem, haven't we?
Yeah.
Ever.
Which again,
big thing.
And this is why it's so annoying with the haters. Hey, Hax is watching right now.
What a man. What a funny
We need him on this podcast.
What an individual.
Should we get him on this podcast one week?
He's a lovely man and a funny man as well.
I just think it's as simple as this. Spurs are a top 6 side, right? And, the pressure now to deliver because we've had the sniff and the taste of the Champions League. We've had the deadliest duo in Premier League history.
Oh.
We have been spoilt. We have been spoilt with an abundance at Spurs in recent times. And what we actually got back from having all that talent was very limited, was very poor. And I think that's where the frustration comes from. I think we just need to, for this year, with Thomas Frank, if he doesn't change it again, I'll tell you what, right? If I see Pellegrini and Bentancur at our next Spurs home game and it's against Chelsea, I don't have a problem with that. Because that's a different game, right? But if I see, for example...
By the way, Bergval's been brilliant at the start of the season, but there has been moments in his games over the last few weeks. He's quite erratic in his play.
I'll give you perfect one.
He has been erratic at times. Sar's a strange one. Like, you know what I mean? He'd find himself a little bit... He'd probably be sitting there going, I find myself a little bit unfortunate not to be playing a bit more regularly at the moment. Had a really strong pre-season. Come out the block, scored goals. And he probably thought, I'm probably going to be a shoo-in here. So he's probably one that could probably think, I should probably deserve to be in the team at the moment. Look, we got a big game in 2 days' time, Madge, at Monaco. Last time we played them, got beat. 2016. Who scored the goal for us on that night? 2-1 defeat. Harry Kane.
Just another couple of things from our chat. Someone said about I'd love to see a back 3 with Pellegrini holding. I would love to see a back 3, and I tell you what, right? Well, in actual fact, back 3 with Pellegrini holding. But I would very, very happily put Danso in there. I think Danso's effective. As we still struggle with this left-hand side situation, I'd have no issue in having Udogie as a left wing back, Porro as a right wing back, Van der Ven, Danso and Romero as a 3 in whatever position they need to be, and then you've got all that space for Porro to go forward. I could even tuck Kudus into a 3.
Yeah, mate. You know what?
Kudus can play anywhere.
It is a 38-game season. We're 7-8 games in
on the Premier League.
You know what I mean? These things might just happen in time. Do you know what I mean? We've lost twice all season. I don't think that's too bad from where we was last year. You have to put things into context.
Mate, we're 2 points off second.
You know what I mean? It's a work in progress at Tottenham. It definitely is. And as I said, and as you said, when we get a couple of players back, I think things will be different. It doesn't change much to change the narrative. It doesn't change much at all. All it took yesterday is for one of them boys at the top end, by the way, one of them to turn up and do a little bit more, and the narrative reads so differently. Who's going to be the boy to stand up? Who's going to do it?
Just seeing a message here on the YouTube, right, which I think is brilliant. Thoughts on going in for the Villa goalkeeper, World Cup winner and big shithouse. Mate, he's only 33, Martinez. I tell you what.
When's his contract end up?
Run out? I think it is pretty much there. That's why they were trying to get rid of him in the summer.
I think he has a chat with Romero, didn't he?
Did he sign a new one?
He has a chat with Romero, maybe. I don't know. You get a few people. He was on his way out, wasn't he?
No, his valid is 29, but he done an extension in 24.
Yeah, I can't see that one happening.
But for some reason, it was like they were trying to get rid of him in the summer, if you remember rightly.
We're talking about chopping. We spoke about the leadership group last week with Vicario. We're talking about him again. Do you know what I mean? He's part of the leadership group. You're going to chop him? He's been earmarked by the manager.
Oh, Vicario, mate, I've got no problem with chopping him at all. At all. The geezer, you know what? He'd be that guy in school, yeah, who is like, bro, you're not even good. Like, you know, like you're playing football and it's like the Keno. And I'm like, bruv, you're rubbish. Like, you're actually rubbish. Why are you talking to me? And like, you see him do it all the time. He'll make a mistake and then he'll come screaming at someone. I'm like, bro, we nearly didn't win the Europa League because of you.
How do you reckon he shapes up on Wednesday match? The manager.
So
away from home. Good position so far, Spurs probably in the group. Well, not in the group, obviously it's in a new little standings.
The league thing, yeah.
Probably should have got more out of Bodo Glimt, but in this circumstance, being 2-0 down, you take it all day long.
Absolutely.
I couldn't name you too many Monaco players, could you?
They've obviously got that Barcelona Fatsi in it, the winger.
You got like gone are the days where they used to have Falcao and all that mob there.
Eric Dyer's injured.
You know what I mean? Interesting to see how we go against them, and it's an immediate opportunity for some people to do a little bit. I think you'll see changes. I think you'll see him freshen it up. He might just go with what we've discussed tonight. Bergwijn might be introduced, Sarr might be introduced. Tell's not in the Champions League squad, so he won't be playing. Will he go Richarlison back up through the middle? Will you see a start from Mawani? Interesting what he's gonna select.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, they've obviously got Ansu Fati.
Kudus looked a little bit fatigued for me at the weekend at times as well. Travelled away, obviously, played with Ghana, 2 games, 2 big games for them as well. Obviously, qualifying matches, just like everyone else's. Had a major impact for them as well. Can't see him being rested for this game, though. It's a massive game, you know what I mean? You need to bounce back on Wednesday, you know what I mean?
They've also got that, what's his, Magnus Akalucci, I think his name is, the winger. Yeah. Monaco have got, they've got, there you go, Beast Tottenham Hotspur said. About that same player. They got some wingers and that, but they've got some injuries as well. So it's just like try and go for the jugular. Listen, it's been a pleasure. I think we had a real sort of logical sense of that game. Pretty much is as simple as this. If you don't take your chances in the Premier League, you will be punished. It's very early on in the Thomas Frank tenure. Can't be judged until he has Kulu, Solanke and Madders all back fit. We've not seen this man with a full fit squad yet. Lost Madders on the day that Son leaves. You couldn't write it, could you? You could not write it. I just think I'd love to see Mawani play in the week, and I think he's obviously going to feature because it's a Champions League, no tell. And I really wouldn't mind seeing Kudus as a striker as well at some point. I think he's got a lot about him, and I really do like him, and I think his strength for me is such a bonus.
I'm looking at the little number 7 that we've got. He's the one I've got all eyes on at the minute, because I think he's the player that we're all relying on that can do a little bit for us. Seen glimpses, seen moments. Let's see what happens on Wednesday with him.
Overall, are we happy so far?
I'm happy, mate.
Yeah?
I'm not in the... I read comments about Thomas Frank about get him out, he's rubbish and this and that. I don't... Who are you bringing in? Who are you bringing in? What do you want as a fan? Like, what do you want? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you hit the nail on the head there, Madge, we need to improve up front in the wide areas, and we got players out. Put that in 2 together. Do you know what I mean? If we can add and we can bring in some quality for the manager and back him, yeah, and we get some players back, we'll be all right, mate. We'll be all right. Tottenham are decent at the back. Tottenham have got a really good back 4. Even Porro, I mentioned him. Like Porro done well yesterday.
Did
had a good game.
Listen, right. Those down the road, and we had to mention them, are looking very in cruise control at the minute. That's a 6-year project. This is a six-game project.
I'm hoping that Norwegian lad for them up front, who's got long hair, can do a little bit for Manchester City.
Haaland, yeah.
And Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Because what I will say is, and I'm clinging on to hope here, I still don't think Arsenal have brought in the one player that they needed to.
The Gyökeres.
Top striker, because I'm not having that Gyökeres.
No, I'm not either.
So if Erling Haaland can tick away nicely and nick your 30 goals for Man City, Phil Foden in a bit of form, players coming back, keep players fit, you never know. That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Absolutely. All right, guys, don't forget, if you are listening to the podcast, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is building nicely. If you are watching on YouTube, you can obviously listen, go to the Same Old Spurs website. Wednesday night, is it Monaco Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I'll have to find somewhere in Amsterdam to watch it, innit? I did that last time. Do you remember Amsterdam Spurs? Yeah, we did a podcast from there. Wow, that was fun. We lost that night, didn't we, against Manchester United? Wasn't that where Ronaldo got subbed? Funny game. Gaz, thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure, mate.
To our lovely audience, thank you very much for joining us. See, Thomas Frank's. We're on the Thomas Frank train.
We're fully on the Thomas Frank train. Choo choo.
Absolutely. From Magic Gaz, get behind the team and up the Spurs.
The Same Old Spurs podcast with Majestic and Gazza.